Hey guys, this is Franchise Fanatic. Before I start the video, I just want to tell you that me and Alan recorded the video, and turns out when I recorded the LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens gameplay, I forgot to hit record, so that kind of was funny. So there are going to be moments, I'm still going to be playing the Force Awakens game, but normally, you know how I do, I tie things up and I make things work. It's not going to happen. So if you're seeing me play as Rey, and you're seeing Alan play as Yoda, and we're talking about Emperor Palpatine and Vader fighting, just know that we recorded it differently. So sorry about that. It's going to seem kind of wonky, but I figured it's a really good recording. So anyway, hope you guys enjoy this video. Again, this is going to be all out of whack. So if we're talking about something and it's not showing up on screen, just know that that's why that happened. Anyway, sorry about that, and enjoy the video. So yeah, let's get to it. That was a mistake, but you know what? It's fine. 3, 2, 1, hey! Hey guys, how y'all doing today? My name is Franchise Fanatic, and welcome back to the channel. And today for you guys is another, LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens gameplay video. Sorry if my audio is a little bit muffled. I'm talking a little bit different like I sometimes do. I'm hanging out with my buddy Alan, and we just watched the, well, first of all, you're seeing LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens gameplay. In the background, we're going to be on the Hub Takodana.
You should have said it was a Skywalker saga.
I know, yeah, actually. Yeah, we're playing the new game, by the way. So yeah, we watched the LEGO Star Wars Holiday Special on Disney+, and this is going to be our review. Sorry this wasn't out the day of the special, but I wanted to wait until Alan was over so we could watch it together and kind of see what was going on. So again, the audio might be a little weird. That's just because of editing reasons and all that crap. But so first and foremost, I think that I want to get this out of the way. This is a good special. I have not watched the original holiday special. I want to, and I will review it for you guys soon. Probably January, because December's Harry Potter month. But basically, it's LEGO. You know what I mean? And not everything LEGO LEGO makes, becomes gold bricks. But normally, see what I did there? Normally it does. Most of what LEGO does is really well done and really good. And this is no exception. I had a lot of people on Twitter going, oh man, this was better than what I thought. And I'm like, well, what do you mean? It's LEGO. Of course it's going to be good. You know what I mean? If it was going to be crap, it wouldn't be LEGO. You know what I mean? There's not many things LEGO makes that are really bad. And this is a great thing. I really, really enjoyed it. And I think that it was really cool to kind of see, Rey, a spoiler review, I guess. Go watch it. And you know this from the trailer. Rey goes back in time using a crystal she finds on the planet Corduku?
I don't recall what the name of the planet was.
It was something. And she basically, she finds the crystal, she goes back in time to kind of, basically the plot is she's trying to teach Finn to become a Jedi, which is, again, a big thing. And we know in canon that Finn is Force sensitive, but so far in canon he does not become a Jedi. He does not train, I don't think. Maybe it's in a comic that I didn't read, but right now he doesn't. And basically, she wants to find the best way to teach Finn, and the way to do that is to study the, kind of like a holocron, study the past to find out the future. And their hijinks ensue and all that. And I think, first of all, I want to talk about the voice acting. Alan, let's start off with you. I know you're not probably as familiar as some of these guys are, but what did you think compared to their movie counterparts, and even their TV show counterparts? How were they?
Right, so I mean, a lot of them were pretty good. I mean, you had characters like Rey was pretty close. You had other characters that were the exact same, like Chewbacca and BB-8. They were the exact same as the
right. Really, yeah, the beeps and boops.
Yeah. Then there were some like Kylo Ren, who was not great. I don't want to say it was awful, but it was not.
It was awful.
Good. I don't want to. Okay, I mean, it was really bad.
It was shite.
But if it wasn't. It didn't, for me, take away from the story too much. Like,
right.
It was like you noticed it, but it wasn't like I was focused on that. The story was interesting enough to be focused on that instead of the bad voice acting there.
Right. Yeah, I get you. For me to sum it up, and that's it. It's not canon. It's a LEGO holiday special. Of course, most children that watch aren't gonna notice or care. Now, I hope children aren't watching Star Wars, because in my opinion, I don't think Star Wars is for kids. But LEGO is not for kids. As we were talking, LEGO is suitable for kids. It's for all ages. And I think that a kid watching probably won't care. But as a hardcore Star Wars fan like myself, I do think that, and you're right, it didn't take away from the experience. but it was like, whoa, you know what I mean?
Right.
Going to Finn, I think Finn was okay. Most of them were just okay. You know, Oscar Isaac was not Poe. Daisy Ridley was not Rey. Now, on Rey's voice actor, I think that she did a good job. I don't know if she's going to be voicing Rey in the Skywalker saga. I'm not too sure about that. She might be. They kind of sound the same from that trailer that came out like a million years ago. But I think my only issue with Rey is that she sounded a little bit deeper in the voice. And my best Rey I'm ever going to do for you guys. In the Skywalker saga, she's like, you know, Master Skywalker, you know, kind of like that. And then in the thing, she's like, Master Skywalker. You know what I mean? It's just a little bit more deeper than what Daisy would have done. But again, it doesn't overall take away from anything. So I'm going to give the voice acting, I think, a pass. I think it's suitable enough for a Lego special. You know what I mean? A 40-minute Lego special. I think it was serviceable enough. Going to the plot. What did you think of the plot, Alan? Was it confusing? Was it boring at times? What did you think? How would you rate the story?
I definitely would not find it. I definitely didn't find it boring. I mean,
Okay.
it was. When they started combining. If we're doing a spoiler review here, kind of.
Yeah.
When they started combining all the different movies and people
that's in the
from
trailer
different
too,
times,
so.
That threw me off a little bit, and I wasn't exactly able to follow exactly what every group was. But you're over there shouting out the name of every single movie as it popped up, and I was
Right.
like, "Oh, that's a little helpful, actually." So that was a nice thing to add in there.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, it was really interesting and kept me entertained the entire time. And I mean, it was like nonstop. Things were happening.
Uh-huh.
There was a little setup in the start, but then it just kept going from there.
Yeah. I think, like, you're a fan of Star Wars, you know, I'm not going to say you're not, but I don't want to say I'm a bigger fan, but I probably know more.
You know a lot more than I know.
So, I think, you know, me seeing, oh, there's the Battle of Yavin, and oh, that's where Snoke got killed, and oh, that's, you know, that's from the pod racing scene, and, you know, yada, yada, yada. The elevator scene from Attack of the Clones, you know, I know all these things like the back of my hand, so I'm shouting them out. If I wasn't here and you were just watching this, I could see how that could be a little confusing, especially if the movies are, you know, maybe you haven't seen the Skywalker saga in a few years, you know.
Right.
Maybe they're not as fresh in your head as they are like mine all the time. So, maybe, you know, I would say that the plot was good. I think it, again, it's not canon, so no one needs to freak out here, but I think it was really good to focus on Rey. And this special not only gave us a good Christmas vibe, it gave us a good Life Day vibe, which is in the canon. It gave us a good story with a lot of comedic moments, great action, and I think it had a lot of the message of the movie. Really, you know, the Force is what connects everything in the Star Wars universe. And really, if Rey's trying to find out, how do I train Finn? You know, what am I doing wrong? Well, you need to connect with Finn, and just like the Force, you know, it's a really good thing. And I love the scene where Rey was looking at all the Force ghosts, and she sees, you know, older Luke and Rey, and she sees Anakin and Obi-Wan, and she says they're friends. You know, there's a lot of touching stuff in there. And it's really good for, you know, a lot of Star Wars fans. But really, this was a big 40-minute fan service moment, and I'm you know, that's perfectly fine, because Lego Star Wars really shines when it's not making fun of Star Wars, but it's poking fun in a good way. And that's what they had in spades, for sure. Now, what did you think of the comedy? You think it was... Now, let's compare this comedy to the other Lego Star Wars shorts you've seen. Like the little half-short things.
Half-short things?
Yeah, like the Padawan Menace, the Empire Strikes Out. You know, those little shorts that we watch. Or...
I don't know if I've seen any of those.
Okay, well, never mind. The Lego movies. How about all four of the Lego movies? How was the comedy compared to that? You know, what did you think of that?
I think it was pretty... I mean, I kind of compare it to more so like Ninjago, with the whole more comedy than kind of you're used to. So like you go from the Ninjago show and then you go to the movie, there's more comedy in the movie. I kind of saw it that way, where like Star Wars, you know, isn't super comedic. There is definitely obviously some funny moments. This had a lot more comedy, but it wasn't bad. Like it was, most of it was pretty funny. Like I was sitting here laughing, and you were over there laughing.
Yeah.
I don't think they forced anything too much. Like it just kind of fit with what they were going for. Is that happy vibe of the whole like Christmassy kind of thing in this Life Day, which I'd never heard of this Life Day before, but
yeah, it's a thing.
Canon, so
yeah, I think you know, it's kind of funny when you think about it, because when Lego was first invented, it was just a toy for any age group. It was just, children can play with it, adults can build and show it off. That's what it was. It was a building toy. And then TT Games with Lego Star Wars, the video game in 2005, and then the Lego movie and the Lego shorts. Lego really is, I think I can say this objectively, Lego is one of the best franchises for comedy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when you first think of Lego, you think of, oh, it's a toy. And then when you really look into it, you go, oh, it's actually a really funny thing. Like, they have a lot of funny moments in there.
Right, and it all usually goes smoothly with everything else. They're not forcing it. It rolls and it all lands and everything,
Right. And I think the Lego movie, when that first came out in 2014, took everyone by storm. And they're like, oh, wow, Legos can be funny, and they've always been. And I think Lego really has that good touch of making it kid-friendly, but also appealing to an adult and a teenager is a really good thing. And of course, maybe, Alan, maybe you don't get every Easter egg that was tossed in there like me, But there were still jokes in there for the more casual fan.
Right.
And that's what I like. Going on to the fight scenes, I thought it was pretty cool, too. There was a lot of kinetic energy. Some of the Lego shorts can be a little bit light on action, which is understandable because it is kid-friendly. None of it is kiddie. And there's a difference between being kid-friendly and being kiddie. Kiddie is like Dora the Explorer. Or Chima. Legends of Chima. Kid-friendly would be Ninjago. Ninjago is technically a violent TV show. But it's violence handled in a way where a 10-year-old would not be grossed out or freaking out,
Right.
But it's also not boring enough where an adult would go, oh, this is a really boring action scene, you know what I mean? It strikes a balance. And they did that really well in this short, There was a lot of Rey fighting Darth Vader, Kylo Ren fighting Luke. I mean, that was sick, And I understand why Kylo and Luke didn't fight in The Last Jedi, because it wouldn't fit his character. But because Luke in Return of the Jedi doesn't even know who Ben Solo is, it made sense they would fight. You know what I mean? So I think the creators did a really good job, too, of respecting the canon.
Right, instead of just going off on a total tangent from everything else that they held pretty true, even though it doesn't match exactly. It was nice that you were able to relate these things. I wouldn't have picked that up exactly, but that's something that someone who's really, really into Star Wars is able to see, and they're able to connect better with what's happening.
Right.
Honestly.
So everything. I mean, I love the comedy. I would say it's probably Lego Ninjago movie comedy. I think personally the funniest Lego movie is the Lego Batman movie, only because there's more jokes in it. The Lego Movie 2, and the Lego Ninjago movie are all equally the same funny. I laugh out loud almost every second in those movies. And this is basically no different. I mean, there's jokes in this where I go, and then there's some where I go, oh my god, what I mean? So it's not like every joke is a laugh out loud, chest buster. But
okay.
for the most part, for the most part, it's basically, it's funny. You know what I mean? I think it's a funny short. Now, are there any negatives you would say? All across the board, or anything I didn't like that?
For me personally, some of the trends, because I know Star Wars usually jumps from this scene and then they go to a different group of people. They did that a couple of times, and sometimes jumping to the party vibe from what Rey was involved in was a little bit of a very stark contrast. And it kind of hit me, and I was like, okay, we gotta reset here, get into this vibe, and then we're gonna go. It was easier to go from the party to Rey than it was to go from Rey to the party, kind of that thing.
Right.
I was
gonna say the same thing. And it's not boring. It's just like I said. It's kind of like whoa, because Rey fighting everyone in this really high energy, intense octane fueled scenes, and then it just goes to Poe cooking.
Right. Yeah, it was.
Or Finn singing a song with Max Rebo and Rose Tico. I mean, it's not bad, because at the heart of it, it's a Life Day Christmas special, and that's the point. But if I were to nail it with my movie critic, it would be pacing. The pacing isn't bad, but it wasn't perfect, And it's hard to do that, because you're trying to give us two different plots, Because you're switching between Rey going on this crazy adventure to, them on the Falcon trying to give Life Day for Chewbacca and everything, So it kind of... I get what you're saying, you know what I mean? I would call that a small negative,
Yeah, right.
Maybe they could have done it differently, but it's not like oh my god, it sucks,
Right.
So at the end of the day, I think that the Lego Star Wars Holiday Special was fantastic. I thought it was funny for all ages. I really, really enjoyed it. Now we're just beating the crap out of each other. This is basically what was happening in the special, by the way.
It was, exactly.
I mean, basically. Except Darth Vader. Oh, wait, let me switch to Vader. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you're not into Star Wars, this won't change you. If you're really against Lego and you, like, absolutely hate it, which I don't know why... Oh, wait, that's the wrong guy. I don't know why the fudge you would hate Lego. You know, maybe you won't like it. I don't know. It's hard to say, but I liked it as a massive Star Wars fan who doesn't biatch every 5 seconds on the internet about everything. I'm genuinely... When I say all Star Wars is good, I mean that not everything about Star Wars is flawless. I just mean that I'm generally positive towards everything they do. So that's saying that all Star Wars is good. I firmly believe that. And honestly, this was a good... In fact, no, this was a great special. I would recommend... This is a good Christmas movie, too, you know. It's a good Star Wars Christmas movie. I loved it. I thought it was funny. Had great action scenes tied with the canon. Pulled on your heartstrings. Really funny. A few voice acting flops here or there. Maybe a bit of pacing issues. But other than that, I enjoyed it, and I can't wait to watch it with my family. It's a great movie. I'll probably give it an A-.
That is definitely a fair rating. I would probably go A, personally, but, you know... It was really enjoyable, and I would sit through it again, like, tomorrow and the day after.
Yeah.
Like, it was very entertaining. It was a fun time.
And Mandalorian and the child were in there for a second, you know, that was kind of cool.
Right.
So, no, I mean, I enjoyed it. You know, it really went through every thing that we wanted. You know what I mean? It really was... It gave you fan service, it gave you funny moments, it gave you heart-wrenching moments, it gave you everything. You know, I think... my favorite part was the 3 Obi-Wans on Tatooine going, hello there.
That was so funny.
Yeah.
I loved that part. That was probably, like, top 2 favorite parts.
And then Obi-Wan and Anakin on the elevator, they're like, Anakin, who is that? And he's like, Master, you're seeing things. You know, that was kind of funny. So I enjoyed it. You know, it has a lot of funny moments. If you love Star Wars, you'll love it. If you love Lego, you love it. If you love Lego Star Wars, it's a must-see for sure. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Alan had a lot of fun discussing this with you. I didn't want to make it too long. I think we did a good job here.
Yeah, it was interesting to kind of actually review something with you for a change.
Yeah, right.
Putting me on the spot a little bit, but I think, you know, we'll improve from here. So.
You handled yourself well.
Thank you.
So, anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed. Make sure to not spoil what happens in the comments, even though we're spoiling it here. There are some people that only look at the comments first. So don't spoil what happens in it. You can say whatever you want that happens in the trailer, because that's not a spoiler. But... tell me what you thought without spoiling it. You know, would you recommend it? Did you not like it? Tell me in the comments. I'll let me know. Again, guys, Alan had a great time. All Star Wars is good. Thank you, guys, and we'll see you in the next video.